it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain. Can I kick it? Just to flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Going up, a champ with the crown is here. I'ma win anywhere. Hey, so shake it like you don't care. I shake it up everywhere, and I can bake cakes by the pound. Blow the whistle 'cause I love that sound, and we can just keep going round. I'm ready for another round. Go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Hey, hey, go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Like
work the middle, 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 work the.
Pan a camera to the middle of the dance floor. I think there's something going down. Shorty packing goods like a transport, and I ain't never seen something so round. How round? Round like a planet in orbit, round like a b-ball. 23 Jordan, dunking on default. Automatic forces attract me to females. I look this gorgeous. How did you even come in existence? Hey, or did you just appear out in an instance? You got me all driven, revving my pistons. I wonder if she like the stick shift. Hey, count her 4 and make a wish. I wish that shorty keep it lit, 'cause if I shoot my shot, I won't miss. No backboard, gotta sound a light switch. Go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Hey, hey, go ahead, touch down like that. 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 Like
right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Washington football team. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
I deserve that. It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where you burn that. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. To the front of this line is where my turn at.
Hey, sometimes you need a friend. Nothing was 19 targets.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Tighten up.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, it's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington!
Complete to
Terry McLaurin. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Washington 7, Steelers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Dobbs. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. For 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 33, 16 yards, a first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Dobbs. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 13-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 555.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dobbs. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the pass. Check 372. Buffalo 18.
From the gun, Dobbs flushed out right. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal.
25 yards that time. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Thaddeus Moss, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Dobbs is going to float this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now Haskins on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's now
so much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Operating from the gun. Dobbs. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. From the gun, Dobbs. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Montez Sweat. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 14-14.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The shotgun, Haskins. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Washington.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Haskins. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Haskins back to the air. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Brandon Cooks, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Washington first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Haskins. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 5.
Complete.
A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. Looking to throw, Haskins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was Thaddeus Moss, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Haskins going to throw again. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
17, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
He is good.
Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Check 31.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice game. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
45-yard line.
After the sack on first down, Dobbs, a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting it fly for Cook. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Brandon Cooks.
Touchdown.
His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
But this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Dobbs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
A gain of 6 there on first. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
At the 9-yard line.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Brandon Cooks on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
The kick is
and
good.
It's up and good.
Makes this Washington 42. Steelers 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Antonio Callaway on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play? And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Dobbs escaping the pressure right. Completion here to Claypool. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On 1st down, Dobbs to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted by Washington. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Mohammed, the ball carrier.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Made by Mike Hilton.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is right through.
Makes this Washington 49. Steelers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Antonio Callaway on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. To try again after the sack. Dobbs, it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And now it's third down.
And 17.
From the gun, Dobbs. Ebron caught left side. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now the third-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second down.
Operating from the gun, Dobbs. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Muhammad. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Haskins will throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Couple of second-year guys, Haskins to McLaurin for a Washington first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
He's brought down
at the end of all that hitting and hollering. It was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First down, Washington.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On first down, it's Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
So I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 26. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On play action, it's Dobbs. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chase Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Out of the gun, Dobbs. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Dobbs. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They go again with Muhammad. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Room for Jacobs there on first down as he takes this one forward for a pickup of about 7.
At the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Hey, QB's trash. Let's go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
And they will take a knee here.
Allen on the keeper.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
55 is my guy, 55. All day, baby, all day, all day, all day. Go.
And they take a knee.
Allen
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on second down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal.
Today's final Washington.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington.